In the final centuries of the Bronze Age, when mighty kingdoms ruled the Mediterranean and trade networks stretched across thousands of miles, a shadow began to rise, silent at first, invisible, but destined to shatter everything. This is the story of the Sea Peoples, the mysterious invaders who emerged from the darkness of history to bring empires to their knees between 1200 and 1150 BC. Their name alone, whispered in ancient inscriptions, struck fear into kings. Entire civilizations collapsed, cities burned, and centuries of stability vanished almost overnight. And yet, to this day, no one truly knows who they were or where they came from. Imagine the world before the collapse. Egypt was powerful. Hittite ruled the north. Mycenaean Greece prospered, and the Levant thrived on trade. It was a golden age of bronze, diplomacy, and interconnected societies. But beneath the surface, pressures mounted: famine, earthquakes, shifting alliances, economic strain. Something was breaking. And when the Sea Peoples arrived, the fracture became catastrophic. The first signs were whispers. Traders spoke of strange ships on the horizon, sleek vessels with curved prows and crews unlike anything seen before. They were armed, coordinated, ruthless. They struck without warning, swarming coastal cities, leaving only smoke and broken stones behind. They were not raiders seeking plunder. They were conquerors seeking new lands. They traveled with families, livestock, and supplies. This wasn't a raid. This was a migration, violent, unstoppable, and world-ending. One by one, great cities collapsed. In Anatolia, the Hittite Empire, one of the most powerful kingdoms of the age, simply disappeared. Its capital, Hattusa, was abandoned, burned, and swallowed by silence. Along the shores of Canaan, city after city turned to ash. Ugarit, a vibrant port of trade and culture, sent out a desperate final message. The enemy's ships are here. Our city burns. That clay letter was found centuries later, never delivered, because the city was gone. Its people vanished, and still the Sea Peoples pressed forward. They struck Cyprus, tearing through settlements with terrifying speed. They pushed into the Aegean, where the once powerful Mycenaeans collapsed into chaos. Palaces fell, workshops disappeared, literacy declined. A world that had flourished for centuries collapsed in a single generation. But the Sea Peoples weren't simply destroyers. They were organized, coordinated, and armed with advanced weaponry. They carried long swords, javelins, and distinctive feathered helmets. Their ships could land troops quickly and strike deep into coastal regions before defenders even knew they were coming. They were warriors hardened by hunger, desperation, or perhaps exile. Something had driven them from their homeland's drought, famine, conflict. No one knows for certain, but whatever the cause, they moved like a storm. Their greatest test came in Egypt, under Pharaoh Ramses III. The Egyptians carved every detail of the battle into stone, desperate to immortalize their narrow escape. According to those inscriptions, the Sea Peoples came with thousands of warriors, families, entire tribes sweeping across land and sea, surged toward the Egyptian delta, confident, unstoppable. But this time the defenders were ready. Ramesses set a trap. Egyptian ships hid in the river channels as archers positioned along the banks. When the Sea Peoples sailed in, they were caught in a deadly crossfire of arrows and spears. The water, and the invaders were slaughtered in a brutal, decisive clash. Egypt survived, but barely. They would never fully recover. The Bronze Age world was gone forever. And yet, even after their defeat in Egypt, the Sea Peoples did not vanish. Some theories claim they were Mycenaean refugees fleeing collapse. Others say they came from Sicily, Sardinia, or the Balkans. Perhaps they were a coalition of displaced peoples united by shared desperation. Maybe they were survivors of natural disasters or victims of failing economies. Maybe they were warriors who saw opportunity in chaos. Perhaps they were a coalition of displaced peoples united by shared desperation. The interconnected Bronze Age world held together by diplomacy, trade, and shared technology died all at once. The Sea Peoples didn't cause every piece of the collapse, but they accelerated it with terrifying speed. Civilizations had grown too interconnected, too dependent on fragile systems. When the foundation cracked, the entire world fell. But from the ruins of this collapse came something new. No clear homeland, only traces scattered across ruins. Pottery and a desperate police. All the civilizations they destroyed. They are history's phantoms arriving suddenly, disappearing mysteriously, and forever altering the course of human civilization. History's phantoms arriving suddenly, disappearing mysteriously, and forever altering the course of human civilization. So who were they really? Refugees? Warriors? Exiles? Conquerors? Or all of them at once? The truth may never be fully known, but their impact is undeniable. In just 50 years, the Sea Peoples helped bring down some of the world's greatest powers and ended one of the most sophisticated eras in ancient history. Their story is a chilling reminder of how fragile civilizations can be, how quickly stability can shatter, and how easily the world we know can fall into darkness. And still, their shadow lingers drifting across the ruins of the Bronze Age, whispering a warning from a forgotten world. No empire is ever safe, and no age lasts forever.